Welcome to Liberty Tonight, the only pro-liberty late-night variety show. Hosted by Brian Piotr and starring King Libertarian. Special guests, hilarious commentary, skits, gags, and more fun are just ahead. And here's Brian.
Hello, my fellow patriots, my hot, sexy garbage patriots. We're live here on October 31st, and here are today's headlines. Donald Trump has meme-maxed again by getting into a garbage truck, and he hijacked the news cycle. That makes it 87 days in a row where he has controlled the news cycle. We're coming up on a victory on Tuesday. Take note, we have a final glitch in the Matrix. Marsman Elon Musk has made comments on Ron Paul's tweets, a statement to end the Fed saying it will happen. This is, in fact, the Paul prophecy of 1980 coming to pass. Get ready, your fellow goldbugs. In the middle of the show tonight, we're going to have crybaby Arnold Schwarzenegger come on to talk about the fact that he's endorsing Kamala Harris. We will be forcing him to defend himself quite a bit. And then we take note of an odd thing that happened this week. Darth Vader and the Eye of Sauron met on MSNBC to spew Russian disinformation. Everyone feels very offended. And then we're going to follow up with Tim Waltz. Is he a warlock or just a liar? He played Madden with the controller off, and our fact checkers here at Liberty Tonight have indeed found this is impossible. Those are the headlines for tonight, everybody. And before we get started, we have a great show ready for you. But first, we must take a moment to hear from our master, the king of all libertarians.
Yes. Happy Halloween. Happy Eve of victory. Now silence, peasants. The king is speaking. This week ends a saga. By the time we see each other again, we will have a new president. Unless a pipe bursts at 3 a.m. in Georgia. I'm sure most of you will join me in relief in seeing its end. The presidential election cycle is much like entering a hot dog eating contest. It seems fun at first, but all you do is force wieners down your throat until you're sick, which is probably why Tim Waltz was so excited to run for VP. What epic times we live in. Just think about some of the absolute historic things that have happened. Even Nostradamus threw his hands up and said, I predicted the end of the world, but I got nothing on this. A sitting president was forced to step aside, and another candidate was installed. Who could have predicted the DNC coup? Sanders is definitely still feeling the Hillary Clinton burn after his presidential campaign. Who could have guessed the plot twist of popular figures such as Elon, RFK, and Tulsi coming around Trump at the 11th hour? It's like the end of a Tarantino film, when all of the random timelines start to get tied together, but no one has said the N-word yet. And Trump collecting truly iconic photographs. The mugshot, to getting shot, to working at McDonald's, and working as a garbage man. From New York City real estate billionaire to felonious gangster. That's a career arc that's only rivaled by Britney Spears. All the while, Biden is gnawing on infants' legs. And Kamala, dressed up in her Hugo Boss beige girl boss outfit, shouted at a DC crowd of bureaucrats. So rejoice, my subjects. Good times make weak men. Weak men create hard times. But now is the time for strong men to bring back the good times again. Otherwise, you'll have the pleasure of trying to explain to your grandchildren how an old orange man turned the greatest nation on earth upside down with mean tweets and memes. And now I return to Squire Brian.
back, everybody. What a wonderful week to be alive, isn't it? Those were some wonderful words, Sire, and I just got to say, it feels good. It feels like we're winning. Doesn't it feel like we're about to win on Tuesday night? I don't know about you.
It feels like a great victory is upon us. I myself have had many great of a victories. That's how you come to be king, and that's why you're all my subjects. So yes, I feel much like Trump right now on the cusp of victory.
Now, I know that many of you must be watching, and actually I didn't explain why I am wearing my garbage bag for Halloween tonight. But what happened was actually absolutely hilarious. Joe Biden called everyone that supported Donald Trump garbage, and something magical happened. Donald Trump was given this opportunity to become a garbage man for a moment. His campaign got a garbage truck together with his name on the side, dressed Donald Trump up in the uniform, and had him drive it about 10 feet. And he totally stole the news for the week. Like, the man's a freaking genius, and the people around him are pretty good.
Yeah, to one up the McDonald's drive-through, it's quite a feat. So we're gonna roll the film.
I'm rolling the film right now. Donald Trump driving the truck.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it's iconic. For him to say that things are garbage, and for him to do this, I mean truly iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. And then later, he's here dancing. Guys, this is the victory dance of 2024. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
When we have grandkids someday, we will show them this video of what victory looked like.
No, yeah, everyone needs to be dancing just like how Donald Trump just danced. I mean, we're on the cusp, but everybody still needs to get out and vote. Don't take it for granted.
Absolutely. Like the Democrats always say, vote early, vote often.
Yeah.
It's a joke for me, by the way. Don't break the law.
There you go. What started all this, Brian? Let's recap for everybody how we got to this point.
Well, it all started in 2015 when a man took a ride down a golden escalator at Trump Tower in New York City. Is that how far back we wanted to go?
Too far. Too far. That seems like a century ago. Just rewind just 4 days. That's all it takes for the world to be flipped upside down from one side to another.
Joe Biden called everyone garbage. I mean, there's so much that happened this week. Which event are you saying started this week?
The Puerto Rico joke.
Oh, yes. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. Before
Yes.
Joe Biden said that, there was a joke made at the rally. This wonderful star-studded, just incredible show. I can't believe it was free in Madison Square Garden. So many beautiful people there. Wonderful people. Incredible people. You wouldn't believe it. So there was a comedian went up and made a joke about Puerto Ricans having trash problems, and apparently there was a bunch of trash in Puerto Rico. And anyways, Joe Biden took it personally.
Yes.
Because Corn Pop was Puerto Rican, or I don't know, some kind of lie.
Yeah, the angle of him in this shot too. He looks like that Chinese space balloon that flew over and he refused to shoot down. It is bizarre how he looks in this clip. Straight up ghoulish, man.
Honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
He does look like a ghost.
Happy Halloween, everybody. There's the scariest person alive. As
barely alive. Scariest person, but barely alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, everybody. So, moving on. This is a very tough economy. You need 2 jobs to make it in this economy at this point.
I love this.
2 part-time jobs to make ends meet, even in a tough election season.
Even for a billionaire. No, this There's so many iconic, photographs and things you could do with this. Yeah, they really cooked their goose on this one, giving him that fly ball. And what do you think, Brian, about this? The thought that Biden is doing this on purpose. Have you heard this?
Well, I think if you see what Trump's doing and what Kamala's doing, Trump is going to he was in New Mexico today, and he's going to Virginia on Saturday. He's going to states that were unwinnable for the last 20 years, and he thinks they're winnable now. So Trump is looking past this. Like, he doesn't want to just win by one. He wants to win by a lot, everybody, a lot.
Yeah.
Versus, Biden and Kamala, they have the same polling Trump does. They know that they're losing by a
But
great deal.
Is Biden sabotaging her?
I think I think where I'm going with that is the fact that he thinks that they're losing. So he's like, why be loyal to Kamala?
That's true. That's true. Well, let's take a look at the chat real quick. Entropy Nomad, thank you for the $5. It's deplorable garbage, Nazi, not peasant, Mr. Monarch. All right. Well, you're my peasant, so that's all we have to say about that. AP, hail to the king, baby. That's right. That's right. If you're on Rumble right now, give us a like, give us a follow, become a monthly member of our channel, or shoot us a super chat or a Rumble rant here. And we are being joined by over 400 people on X. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is Liberty Tonight. My name is King Libertarian, and we are here with Brian Piotr. And yeah, please share, give us a boost. And yeah, we've got an exciting, fun show lined up for you tonight. We have more headlines here. Then we have Kamala Watch, our new segment, and then we had, like Brian said, we have Arnold calling in and liberal freakouts, meme blitz, and then I am introducing a new segment. I'll say more later, but I'm introducing a new segment at the very end of the show, so you will want to stay around for that. Brian, what's going on? Where are we at?
I do want everybody to know that tribute has been paid this Halloween, and if my kids didn't offer a little bit of candy, who would build the roads? And
Yes.
yeah, so I'm going to be well prepared to make it through winter. Hopefully, it's not a World War III type winter, but hey, maybe it will be. Let's find out.
This Halloween. And every Halloween for me, I don't go trick-or-treating. Candy piles up at my doorstep. So it was very delicious to pick through all of the tribute that I was given this evening. But I will be not carrying that. I'll be working it off in the gym. I love the gym, Brian. I should go right now. Let's go.
What? You know why you like the gym is because you're super right wing. And if you like to lift heavy things, anything more than maybe an Xbox controller, you are hard right. Fitness
Absolutely.
People, if you don't like the seed oils, man, you're just so far right. You're basically like Hitler. So
Nelson 65 $5 Rumble rant. Trump is gathering up his garbage. Here we go.
Thank
Here
you.
we go.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Yes.
All righty.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the future. As personally, I was a Ron Paul volunteer in 2007 and 2008 at a few farmers markets in San Luis Obispo, California. Made a lot of my friends and changed my life basically because of Ron Paul. Here's like the full circle moment of my life is like Ron Paul saying we need to cut $2 trillion from the budget and end the Fed, and Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, saying needs to be done. And like just
the Avengers of Liberty is complete. The team is all assembled. They're all assembled. Now you have Tulsi, RFK, Elon, and now Ron Paul. Ron Paul is on the MAGA team. This is just
winning, everybody. This is what winning looks like. Now we haven't shut down the Fed yet. I want to be clear. We have not done this yet. But
if Ron Paul's convinced,
is now in the Avengers.
He's been pretty tame about all this. His son, goes with the whole Republican thing and endorses Trump and works with Trump. But for the man, the myth, the legend himself, the 80-year-old version of Dave Smith, Ron Paul.
You know,
If he's on board, like
sometimes you just need to take a victory lap. This is the time to take a victory lap, everybody.
yeah, any libertarian that was on the fence at this point, come on, like what more could you need? I mean, maybe Star Child needs to also get on Team MAGA, and then everybody will be on. But as far as everyone who's rational, Ron Paul.
Hey, we do not have a niche audience that knows who Star Child is. There is a very unhinged person who goes to libertarian conventions named Star Child. At least one, maybe 10. And yeah, you don't need to know who they are. That's enough information for you if you're watching the show, I promise. And I won't waste any more of your time talking about that type of person.
Oh.
Okay,
man.
so I do have a next story for everyone, and this is taking it in a less of a victory lap type of thing. Here we go. The IRS whistleblowers say investigators corroborate. I give up on the word. It's too late. Early in the case, that the big guy was then candidate Joe Biden. What did that just say? Does that just mean like we knew all along that the big guy was Joe Biden?
Did your supervisors accept that the big guy was Joe Biden?
There was no question ever.
Oh, there was no question, everybody. There was no question. That was a figment of your imagination.
So one of two things. First of all, they cut this woman off from CBS or wherever it was. They cut Carlson from Fox News. You let someone like this loose with a vendetta, somebody who's been doing like even when she worked for corporate news, I was like, but I could tell she was one of the good ones. And you cut her loose, and you cut her loose because the Biden administration put pressure on CBS because she was getting close on a story. And
you know what this means? That they don't care.
And on top of all that, this is the type of stuff you're pulling where senior officials are telling you that this thing, like, okay, so that's one. Two, the big guy. Didn't in those reports, wasn't Pedo Peter a name for Joe Biden, like to make fun of how, like, wasn't that one of the names that was in there? The Peter the Pedo or something like that?
I believe that is a common Delawarean term for father. I don't know. That's what
Father,
Hunter calls his dad, and that's just that's the way
Pedo Peter. I
is.
think that's an old Indian word for father who showers with daughter. Like kind
Very
of
old.
like Chickasaw or
Yeah.
Natchez.
It's like Indian giver except dirtier. So, anyways,
Indian giver, Indian receiver. I don't know. Yeah, no, they made a huge mistake cutting someone like her loose.
I think that they just maybe don't care at this point. They just like, so we're either gonna count on stealing elections or we'll never win any more elections again. Right? Like I don't know what their plan is. So more Victoria Nuland in your life. Rachel Maddow and Victoria Nuland. For those who don't know, Victoria Nuland is just a very evil person, and Rachel Maddow is also a very evil person, and that is enough information to know what's about to happen in this clip.
Try to get Trump into the White House. How do you assess the magnitude and the type of interference they're attempting this year compared to what they've done in his previous two elections?
Well, as you said earlier, Rachel, he's at it again. This time he's not even trying to hide his hand, and he has far more sophisticated tools. You know, his AI is better, so he can make these fake videos. He has done things like spend $10 million trying to buy American influencers and get them parroting his lines and not even.
I don't even believe that Victoria Nuland knows what AI stands for or knows what it is.
I mean, you look at her; it's like Gollum with the wig on. It's horrifying what this woman not only looks like but represents. For everyone that doesn't know, she is the architect of the Ukraine war as we see it today. She went over there and stirred all that up and started the Maidan coup and with the State Department that she was the head of.
She is a cog in the wheel of the war machine. I don't want to give her credit that she single-handedly did anything, because if she wasn't there, someone else could have done the same thing in her place, right? She's just another cog in a big machine.
I think she's, they have people like Kamala, they have people like Biden that they get up there. They're clearly idiots and they're just there to take the fall if anything goes wrong. But otherwise, just keep the program going. People like her and people like Mayorkas, those are operators. Those are high-level generals in the New World Order machine. Yeah, no.
But what is she up to these days?
She's a nasty one.
Have you seen what she's up to these days? The National Endowment for Democracy has added her to the board of directors. And this National Endowment of Democracy is there to make sure that if they don't like what you do, they will force you into a different type of democracy. Like, they will make sure that you change your democracy. So it's the democracy that works for them.
Yeah, they define democracy as any way they see it. And yeah, so it is fitting for Halloween that the CIA is wearing the costume as the National Endowment for Democracy. Yeah, it's a front group. And she's clearly, that's why I'm saying, man, she's an operator. She had restrictions being at the State Department, but now she's part of a nonprofit, an NGO. Oh man, she's gonna go to work.
Not an NGO. It is just a money funneling organization against American interests. That's what NGO stands for, more or less.
Yeah.
But hey, is there anything else going on in the chats? Anyone else to interact with? Welcome everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Liberty Tonight.
Before we go on to getting a life sentence for groping a man. Let's see. Trump, is that Trump Dragon Slayer dance? That is different than the eating 2 cucumbers dance that he does. So maybe that's what the Dragon Slayer. Okay, that's one way to describe it. Can't confirm I'm garbage. No easy answers. Yeah, that
there's a hair.
That username is garbage, but no, just kidding. Joe was raised on Puerto Rican community. All right. Well, I get it. Barney Styles, you're funny, dude. All right, Robbie the Thurman. Hell, I'd bow for spam. Okay, all right. Yeah, everybody, please, if you're watching us here on Rumble, we got over 40 people on the Rumble tonight. Click that like, click that follow, and we have over 600 people here over on X. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm King Libertarian at King Libertarian on X. Brian Piotr, as you can see, but his lovely Barbie font there that he's got going on at Brian_Piotr. And over at the For Liberty shop, we have a good sale going on right now. Thank you, Steffi, for letting me know. We have $5 off $50 or $10 off $100 all the way through till November 3rd, which is really not that soon. Like you have the weekend, right? November 3rd, so Sunday.
The promo code is Boo for Liberty 5 and
promo code
for Liberty
Boo for Liberty 5. Boo for Liberty 5. And we have our own exclusive collection, which you could use that promo code for, or you could shop with it elsewhere. But you could be sipping on a delicious glass of whiskey with Liberty tonight, and then you can cure that hangover by drinking coffee out of our heads in the morning. So head on over there, use the promo code Boo for Liberty 5, $5 off 50, $10 off of $100 sale going on now.
And now I do have a story from Madison Square Garden. Donald Trump talking about RFK. What will RFK be doing in the upcoming election? Let's listen in.
Somebody that is great, and look, we're not going to let him go too crazy, Elon, with the oil and gas stuff, and because Robert F. Kennedy cares more about human beings and health and the environment than anybody, and he's going to be absolutely, having him is such a great honor. I've been friends of his for a long time. And I'm going to let him go wild on health. I'm going to let him go wild on the food.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him go wild on medicines.
Go wild.
The only thing I don't think I'm going to let him even get near is the liquid gold that we have under our feet. I don't know, Elon. He might not like liquid gold. It's oil and gas, sometimes referred to as oil and gas. JD, I think we're going to have to keep him away from the oil and gas. What do you think, Howard? Yes?
Sometimes otherwise known as the oil and gas, the liquid gold, black gold, Texas tea, move the hillbillies out to Beverly Hills. That's what I'm talking about. Don't get near it. Don't touch it. You may not like it. You may not. I don't know. But don't touch it. But go wild on health. Like, oh my God, the dude. Like, what's funny about him is I don't think he's trying to be funny. Like I don't know if we have it or we had it before, but when he was talking about getting up into the truck of the garbage truck, that was
yes. Don,
timing,
I don't know if I've got
delivery.
that video somewhere here, but he said he gives like this 3-minute long comedian bit about just getting up into the truck and has 20,000 people watching, all laughing, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Like, honestly, I feel like Trump loves performing at these rallies more than he's going to love governing as president. He probably is going to hate that. Like, the whole time he's president, he's going to be like, I just wish I was at a rally. Like, I wish there was 20,000 people waiting on my every word.
Yeah.
Instead of having to deal with
absolutely.
some government bureaucrat who tells me why I can't do something because of some law in 1872, right? Like, yeah. So anyways, thank you everybody for joining for this evening. We have some wonderful things coming up for you after a short break. We will be talking to somebody from the future, something with lots of investment advice and lots of bets about sports and anything you want to know. I do believe that it is absolutely actionable, and you might become a millionaire if you take their advice, or maybe not. So you're not going to want to go anywhere. Make sure you come back in just a few minutes.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
I think that the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
The conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government. Get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
Tired of spending your hard
2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to Liberty Tonight. Yeah. I'm your King Libertarian, the sovereign, the benevolent dictator of libertarianism. Thank you so much for joining us here on Liberty Tonight. Liberty Tonight, we air every Thursday from 9 to 11 Central Standard Time here on the Rumble/Liberty Tonight and our mothership For Liberty Network. So go to the ForLibertyShop.com, go follow Austin Peterson, AP for Liberty, and then the great Culturama with Daniela. And we're building a network here. So I need you to pay tribute to your king. So give us a Rebel rant. Go become a member on our site, or go get some great gear and support us. We're building something special here. It's a kingdom, and we're going to rock this shit. All right. So I'm really excited about this next scene here that we're going to do. We have taken a lot of DMT here on the show, and we have gathered a portal with our mind consciousness to the future, to a time and space way ahead where we're not destined to be totally, but we could be. And in that distant future, my co-host Brian Piotr is a floating head. So we have gained access to this floating head version of Brian Piotr in the future, and we're going to talk to him right now. All right. Hello, Brian from the future. So many questions, so little time.
Hello, everyone from the past. What year is it there?
Yeah, it's 2024.
Oh, great year, great, wonderful year. I don't know how stable this matrix is that I've got to talk to you through, so let's make the most of it while we got the time.
Yeah, absolutely, future Brian. First and most importantly, do we live on Mars now? Was Elon successful?
Yeah, well, some people live on Mars. It's pretty crazy. SpaceX developed a whole city there, and I think it was during the first Vivek Ramaswamy administration, whenever that was, 2030 sometime. We decided to just send all the communists there from Earth so that they could build their utopia and show us what real communism really was.
Okay.
I don't think it's been wonderful, but Earth has been wonderful, so I've been enjoying it ever since they did that.
Okay, yeah, I mean, commies in space, it sounds like a really lame movie that I don't want to be a part of. Are you and I still doing the show?
Absolutely, and our tribute is amazing. Our sponsors are really great. Our biggest sponsor is this law firm. They represent people who were kids back in the early 2020s and had some surgeries done on them by their parents and by others that weren't so great.
Well, that's sad.
Man, they make bank. Yeah, I'm very happy to have them as a sponsor.
Absolutely. Well, I heard getting your dick cut off was a passage that you had to pay to get to Commie Mars, so that makes sense. Did Trump win in 2024? We're just a couple days out here. It'd be great to know.
Well, I definitely don't want to change the past by telling you this, but assuming everyone who hears this still does go vote, yeah, he wins. He wins by a lot. But don't do anything different because you know this information. Make sure you got to go out there. You got to wait in line. You got to talk to the noisy. Yeah, make sure that happens. It's very important for the rest of history.
Okay, future Brian, we get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so is there any kind of like conflict or anything that we should be? I mean, after the election, they say things are going to maybe get wild if Trump wins. Is there anything that in the future that we're looking towards?
Oh, we always have conflict. There was I think they were called the emoji wars. Bill Gates in China lost real big. You should definitely not invest in meme coins at this point.
Okay, emoji wars. All right,
Yeah.
I don't. we might not be there yet, but who knows if Kamala wins, we could be fighting with hearts and slap faces. All right, everyone, I'm not sure about all what he just said, but definitely invest in the show. We need to build it into an empire. So thank you so much, Future Brian, for coming. And yeah, come back soon. All righty. Moving on. That was great. Future Brian, he's a crack up, man. All righty. So I'm actually very super excited about this next segment. I think it's going to be really, really important, obviously up until this point. But as we move on from this election, we keep a close eye on Kamala. We've seen her true colors here now, and this is something that we need to continue to do. So I am very, very honored to go with this next clip or this next segment, Kamala Watch.
Hey, thank you so much for that wonderful transition. I hope that we never have to use it again because Kamala is all news starting Tuesday, but it was very beautiful. I really, really liked it. By the way, what do I look like in the future? Am I old? Do I still have my hair?
You look like Owen Wilson. Yeah. You look like Owen Wilson in the future.
How about
it's weird.
What age or Owen Wilson? Like a 40-year-old Owen Wilson or like about to die?
Yeah, like in his prime. You're
good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. So I'm going to get the long hair, huh? Okay.
Absolutely.
Coming up on our first story for Kamala Watch, nobody has ever seen anyone ruin. No one's ever seen someone ruin a scene like this. I'm going to let everyone enjoy it together.
It makes me embarrassed for her.
I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that. Because it's about all of us. It's about all of us. And listen, I have fought my God.
Oh my God. Like, I have this thing with seeing other people be embarrassed, and it makes me embarrassed. I know everybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. I'm just like, even though it's her, even though she's terrible, even though she's a cackling witch that should never even gotten this close to the White House. If we were a just nation, we would have thrown ourselves into the ocean at this point. But wow, like I was even embarrassed for her. That is nuts.
That's like from a scene from a Scary Movie 6. Like somebody wrote a really bad comedian event, except real life. Like this just actually happened.
Yeah, what were some people saying? Like it was like a perfect an Office skit by one. I didn't ever watch The Office, but yeah, I mean, wow, that was horrible. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Let's see what's the chat saying here. Barney Styles, the assassination of the Archduke Ferdinand proves the past can't be altered. All right, that was deep. Time travel is so complicated, or is it the knowledge what makes us change our minds so that we could do the right thing? I think it splits off into when you go back into the past. I think it splits off into a totally different timeline than you came from. I don't know. That's just me. All right, we got over 700 people over on X. We're still coasting here over on Rumble. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Please consider becoming a monthly subscriber or dropping us a Rumble rant. At the very least, smash that like button. Give us a follow. Same on X. Retweet, comment on the stream. And, yeah. We really appreciate it. Pay tribute to your king.
I really do appreciate it. All the Rumble rants that people have given. It's hard-earned money that could have gone to, half of a Whopper or a quarter of a cheeseburger or maybe a 6 eggs,
a handful of fries.
It's a tough economy, and I really appreciate it. So
don't even think about getting the ice cream.
Thank you, everybody. Here's the next scene of this 5'2" Kamala standing next to normal-sized humans, taking a tour, and she asks, "Can I touch it?"
We harvested U-Rod and we actually do grow it. So this is what it looks like when it comes out of our process of that. Do not touch it.
She's just used to her line of work. She's allowed to ask that question, and it usually works out for her. So.
Oh man. The comedy gold, this woman. I'm gonna truly miss her because the amount of gaffes and to top Joe Biden and being gaff worthy is a tough feat. But
they never when you're being asked to be vice president, it is one of the riskiest positions in all of politics because you will be forgotten like nobody else. Like if you are just a vice president, you're going to be forgotten the moment that you lose, right?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
You can go ask 100 people on the street, like, who was John Kerry's running mate, and 0 people will come up with the right answer.
Yeah.
So it's a real risk. Like Tim Walz is a governor, and he jumped on a losing ticket. And not going to do well for the rest of his reputation. And honestly, who's not okay with that? I'm okay with him not having a reputation.
Oh, he's got a reputation.
Well, we're all going to forget about it in a minute. So here's a comedian. This is a very, very funny clip for Kamala. I want everyone to watch it and then take a moment.
Hi, it's Ching Ching Chicken. Hi, I'm Kamala Harris. I'm going to order some Chinese food. Oh my god, I love, where's your accent from?
What do you want?
Can I just say, I love the working class so much. Yes, I order. Kung Pao. Oh my god, I grew up middle class and we ate Chinese food all the time. Yeah, I'm Asian as well.
Should we try to get her on the show?
Dougie, do you want to?
Yeah, what do you think, Shad? What do you think, Shad? Should we get this lady on the show?
Chicken fried rice?
Anyone know her? Somebody send this clip to her and tell her to come to the King's Court.
So we're big fans.
I extend my invitation, my royal invitation to this Kamala.
And here's the sad part of this career. It's like she's developed a real skill in this accent. Like she really nailed it. Gosh, it's not going to be so useful soon. Like I feel bad for her. She's great at what she does. Absolutely great. Top notch. 10 out of 10. I wish that we had more work for her. I hope she can do other accents.
Absolutely.
But moving on to the future former Vice President Kamala. Here's her having another wonderful interview. I don't think she does good interviews.
You're going to talk about turning the page.
All of her interviews are content for this show.
I'm curious when you look at Milwaukee, for example, and voters say, yes, I may agree with everything you say, but I can't afford my groceries. I can't afford my mortgage. And they may point to you in the past 4 years as the reason behind that. What do you tell those voters in this final week?
First of all, listen, price of groceries still too high. I get it. Which is why I have a plan that is about bringing down the cost of groceries, including going after corporate price gouging, which frankly is about some corporations, not all of them, but the bad actors jacking up prices. My plan is about bringing down the cost of housing, whether it be what I will do, which is a $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. She gets everything from the DC talking points.
The way that she delivers it so quickly with all the eye contact, at least she's practiced a response. I appreciate you, Kamala. You have practiced a response. That is more work than you could have done.
Communities, and then jacking up the rents because
You're definitely not going to be the president of the week. I'm sorry on that one.
You're not going to be the president of the next 4 years either. And that's what we're all happy about. Happy Halloween, everybody. And I think that we got one more story to wrap up Kamala Corner.
Yes.
And this is a very serious thing. If you are dealing with addiction, stop it. But anyways, here's Kamala Harris. Is she drunk?
Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you.
Either that or she just cried in the bathroom for like 15 minutes straight.
And
You
isn't
think maybe
that
Trump
a wonderful
texted her something mean?
way to live? To know you have purpose. Never let anyone take your
Yeah, it's the worst. It's like when you go into those off the road tarot shops or something, or psychic, and like if this was your yeah, just be yourself. I'm self-help Kamala. Be yourself and do the things that are right. Like nobody would purchase, we would ask for our money back if she did anything else, and she's trying to be the president. I don't understand when people say that they would literally vote for a sack of potatoes as long as it's not Trump. There it is. There's your sack of potatoes, just sitting there. Anyways, let's go to the chat real quick. AP, what's going on, my man? Did you guys see the JD Vance interview? Is Joe Rogan? I don't know.
Yeah, I did. It happened on Joe Rogan, and I immediately watched it because I'm a good employee. If my employer is watching, and he totally he nailed it. JD is so good. I want to be a good speaker like JD. That's all I gotta say.
JD said that he's pulling the gay dudes. Did you see that? Did you hear that? He's pulling the regular gays.
How would anyone know?
He batted his eye. He batted his eyes. He fluttered those beautiful eyelashes.
I gotta ask the question: like, who gets to pull the short straw and go do the polling? It's like Bob over at the pollsters. He gets to go to the gay bars and ask the tough questions. Like, how they getting this?
It was a great. I need to watch it. But it's no surprise that the eyeliner Care Bear is pulling the gay dudes. Let's see. Harris acting like she Will Smith when she's clearly Carlton. Hey, Carlton could, he was a sharp fella. But I think if Carlton had a substance abuse problem, I agree. It would be a lot like Kamala for sure. Half the clips I hear from this woman, I think she's being played at 90% speed. You got some good ones, Barney Styles. All right. Everybody on Rumble, give us a like over there. Give us a follow. We're still doing good over here on
okay.
X,
I'm gonna pull an audible. Let's move over to liberal freakouts. Welcome to a new segment, everybody.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
Okay, welcome to Liberal Freakouts. First up, Trump garbage. So, there's a million memes. I have about a million of them. And here's the first one.
Yes.
I don't know if this is a tough time for them. They probably are already going to therapy, so I don't know exactly what to say to you in this case, but maybe just like take some deep breaths and realize you're not as strong as other people, and you should probably consider that before you start kicking and throwing. Here's a bicyclist today. Yeah.
That kick.
Man, this guy in a cowboy hat wearing jeans and boots, he's going to take care of business. You're in spandex. Know your place. You got clickety-clackety shoes, man. Like,
yeah, the cyclists are literally if tissue paper, was a person, that would be what a cyclist is. I know a good friend of mine on Twitter, on X, he will agree with me, and most people do. In the chats, I know a lot of you are from Colorado. How bad are cyclists 1 to 10? Nobody is sad about seeing this old dude with awesome beard, just tear through this guy with the lightest of a touch, and that roundhouse kick was just amazing. So kudos.
And then maybe the most famous video of the week that we have all seen. This shows you that grown women will yell at kids.
Ooh. Yeah. Your girl got you. Your girl got you before you got. You better thank us. You better thank her for. Yeah, because if I was dude in a blue shirt, it would have been a different story.
How do you make it to adulthood with this type of social skills? Like where you didn't have a dad, you didn't have a mom, the Spanish nanny didn't teach you any. I don't know. Like, how do you get there? How do you get from A to B? None of my kids would do this. I mean, every kid will do this up until a certain point when you teach them that you don't just scream in someone's face. Unless you're ready to fight and they're the same size as you and you're a man and they're a man and you're ready, you're like, you're going to have a real fight. The grown woman yelling at a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, I don't know. I can't tell from this video. Maybe 4.
I mean, it's a hatred. Like, I hate to say, but like, how many abortions has she had to have such a hatred of children? It's a sick leftist, ideology.
She's the baby she wishes she had.
That's womp womp.
I hate it. Say it's probably true. So here's another liberal freak out. We are all garbage people. I am your fellow garbage man.
Yes. It's simply embarrassing. It's beneath any president, but that's what we're getting used to.
Yeah, this is the extent to which Biden can freak out. So we wanted to include Biden in the liberal freakouts. You're seeing him at his most excitable point.
Please clap.
That's right.
He tried there. You swung for the fences there, buddy. Good job. I appreciate that you try. It's just about the effort sometimes.
And then he continues to freak out by basically saying that he wants to tie cement shoes around.
Well, I'd take that guy for a swim out there. Anyway.
I bet you would.
Including, yes, Puerto Rico.
It's not the shower with your daughter, buddy. Calm down.
If you think Joe Biden can indeed swim in the ocean, I want you to leave a comment. I want you to like this chat. I don't think he can, to be honest. He probably could back in his corn pop days as lifeguard, but I don't believe it anymore. That's just not a thing that's possible. He can barely walk upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. One more before we go for liberal freakouts. Here's the Puerto Rican joke and the response by John Daly.
Raise the alarms.
The opening act, grabbing headlines for all the wrong reasons. A comedian who offered unfunny, racist, cringeworthy jokes.
Basically,
unfunny,
it was
racist,
super funny.
Everything we hate.
Repulsive racial jokes about Latinos.
Disgusting and hateful.
Are Puerto Ricans a race?
Crude. Frankly, just too X-rated.
Like, there's a lot of different races in Puerto Rico.
Wild, so-called
Are they their
jokes.
own thing? They get to mark Puerto
Extremely
Rican?
vile so-called jokes. She name-checked my comedy album from the 90s.
See, like,
this is prime Stewart.
Did I really?
Like, Jon Stewart knows this is funny and that these people are being ridiculous.
Yes.
And like, he's not on our side for Trump, and he totally is going to vote for Kamala because he's crazy, but he knows that guy was funny, and he's standing up for a fellow comedian saying ridiculous things. So
yeah, when Jon Stewart is covering the freak out and we put it on our liberal freakouts, they're really freaking out over nothing. Good job, Jon Stewart. You are redeemed. All right, what's going on over in the chat? Is that guy sponsored? I'm not sure. Barney Styles. I think Raggedy Andy was sponsored. What are we talking about sponsored? I don't know. If you're over on Rumble, give us a like, give us a follow, and please pay your tribute to your king. Go to forlibertyshop.com. We have great items over there for everybody. They are running the sale, $5 off for 50, $10 off for 100 purchased. Go over to forlibertyshop.com. I am King Libertarian at King Libertarian. We have Brian Piotr here, Brian_Piotr on X. And you're watching Liberty Tonight. We got some great stuff coming up.
And I just want to point out that if you get $5 off of 50, this really high quality, wonderful sweatshirt with free shipping and 30-day money back guarantee becomes $5 cheaper, just right off the sticker price right there. So after the break, we're going to go out for a few minutes to get some water, talk to our guests, make sure they're still on board. We're going to come back. The former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is going to be calling in to defend himself and why he is a communist or fascist or whatever it is, that he would endorse Kamala. And so you're not going to want to miss it, anybody. And we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
I think that at the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
The conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
Tired
Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP for Liberty Shop. Get your day started with Washington's Revolutionary Roast. As robust and principled as the man himself, this blend is the shot of energy heard round the world. Or maybe you want to taste the fervor of freedom with Adams's Patriotic Perk. It's as dynamic and balanced as the U.S. Constitution, sure to awaken your spirit of liberty. For the aficionados, we've got the Jeffersonian Java, a complex mix of flavors that speaks volumes about your refined tastes. And don't forget Betsy's Liberty Lullaby, our decaf option, crafted with the same care and dedication Betsy Ross put into our Star-Spangled Banner. This blend lets you enjoy the taste of freedom anytime without losing sleep. No woke beans here, folks, just pure
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Liberty Tonight. We have a very special guest coming, former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just endorsed Kamala Harris. I'm going to ask him the hard questions and know what the reporter is going to ask him. Let's see if I can't get him on the phone. Okay. Come on, Arnold.
Hello, Brian. Hello. Are you there? Hello.
Hey, Arnold, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome back.
What the shit are you doing? I was saying hello for like 5 minutes. What are you doing? Hello.
It's a little more complicated to operate this set than a bench press. So I'm not going to say that I'm perfect, but I also can't explain to you what's going on. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sir, I don't know why you've gone back to your Austrian roots and gone all fascist on Americans and endorsed Kamala Harris. Why have you done such a thing?
Kamala, I love her. I love her smile. I love her look. Everything about her, Brian, is great. She reminds me of my nanny, the one that I had the child with. She's just so bright, and the future for everybody is just great. What's wrong, Brian? Why don't you like her?
I think it's just a woman thing. You're just picking the woman. Is that the case?
Have you seen Maria? She barely looks like a woman. Come on, man. It's not about the women.
Okay, well, I do have a clip I want to share with you. 1 second.
With them. We want to do the same thing here. We want to communicate the right way. I think this whole climate change dialogue is not going to work. I think this has been used for the last few decades. I think we should address it directly what it is, which is pollution. We want to terminate pollution. That is the message we should go and get out there.
Arnold,
and I think that
what is that? What is that all about? John Podesta has a very, very illicit past.
No, this guy that they told me to work with, they said that I report to him and he reports to the person. That doesn't matter. The pollution. That's what I hear. The pollution.
Hey, Arnold, are you saying you don't call the shots in your own life? You're not responsible for what you do?
Brian, what the hell, man? I just told you. I was married to Maria. Of course I have no control of my life. I banged a freaking maid, man. Come on. Brian,
Okay,
can we talk about pollution, please?
I believe you're just jealous of Donald Trump for actually being the man you wish you were. And you should go look in a mirror and consider what you're doing and make some changes. You can actually be on the good team. You can be on the good side. Come out here, be the real Terminator. Help us save the future. Endorse Donald Trump, okay, everybody? I'm all done with this conversation. I'm all done. We're not going anywhere.
Brian, screw your freedom. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm out of here too. Okay, I'm sorry you had to sit for that one. I wish you had fielded that phone call. It wasn't such the best one over here, but welcome back, King Libertarian. Welcome back.
Thank you, my son. Thank you. I am a God on earth, and I am choosing to be here with you to grace you with my presence and my royalty.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us on X. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any ideas for bits or things you'd like to do in the show, you could also go to the forliberty.locals.com, join our locals page. You also get access to the locals, behind the scenes access footage for everyone on the network, including us, which is also Culturama and the Wake Up America show. Okay, I'm moving on. I have a beautiful old scene from Don Rickles in Madison Square Garden. I think that, most of us haven't seen it, but it's beautiful.
First black kid I ever saw that'll definitely never play basketball. Secretary of State's here, and Billy Graham, nice to see you, sir. This hand is bothering me. Laughing, Charlton Heston, I'm a friend, it's over. I'll tell you this. If you were Moses, I was a Mau Mau fighter pilot.
I mean, the king.
Elizabeth Taylor was backstage in a Cleopatra outfit killing snakes. I'll tell you this.
This was at Madison Square Garden for Reagan. He's sitting right there.
That's what they do in Florida, the old Jewish folks. Hold the elevator doors!
So this was at Madison Square Garden. I don't know if it was a campaign event or some kind of fundraising dinner or something for Reagan, but it was politically affiliated at Madison Square Garden. And they want to get mad at Kill Tony guy, the roast comedian, for lightly roasting. And to be honest, he was kind of bombing out there. But yeah, we have historical precedent for having comedy and baseness in our politics.
Absolutely. And I just want to say that the liberal mind of 2024 cannot comprehend that kind of humor. They can't handle it.
They're not going to comprehend this next link here. Yeah, no, the all comedy is gone. Everything to defeat the evil fascists.
Well, I don't know what you think is the next link, but I have this Chinese lady, Asians for Donald Trump.
Oh yes.
And she's the real queen of 2024. She deserves President of the Week, or at least runner-up.
I'll consider
our
her.
bottom of the heart, because we know Trump is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid. She is so low. IQ equal no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. You already lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything
Go
to
home.
save America. You are so stupid. You
I would like to nominate this lady to be ambassador.
Okay, nothing against the Tony guy, but she should have been on stage doing the roast. She is so stupid, so like you. Get out. You're fired. You fired. Oh my God. That is what makes America great. She is from China. She is an immigrant. We love her. She is part of our family because it's a meritocracy, and she belongs in America.
She should be the ambassador to China. I think that is the most wonderful place that she could possibly be.
Oh,
Mao
man,
Zedong
no.
so stupid.
Oh, get her on Kill Tony immediately.
Yes, kill Tony. Abandon all of your other star-studded casting and get this lady on there. No one can do better than her. No way.
Yeah, but Barney Styles says for Secretary of State. Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Barney Styles. All right, Nelson heading to bed. We'll rewatch tomorrow. Yeah, catch up with us, man. Sleep good, and then give us a follow here. Give us a thumbs up, and we're still rocking and rolling over on X. Nearly 800 people watching there. ForLibertyNetwork.com, where you can find all of our content. ForLibertyShop.com, where you can find all of our gear. Pay tribute to your master, your king, King Libertarian, and head on over there today. What do we got next here, Brian?
Oh, why don't I give us a new intro for the Meme Blitz? Here we go.
All right. Vape Blitz. Vape Blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vape Blitz.
Okay, first thing up, never forget what it was like shopping in COVID, which will forever be known as the dumb ages. Oh man, I remember these times. Everyone's doing Instacart orders, wearing masks, going absolutely crazy on strangers.
Yeah. It's I think we should do this pretty much every week. Let us not forget the craziness that we went through in 2020, 21, 22.
Yeah, we have the Iwo Jima memorial. We have giant tombs for fallen soldiers. I'm not saying that these people all are fallen soldiers, but we should definitely have like more like the Holocaust Museum. We should have like a section in a museum about craziness that happened during COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did have some number of people die from forced vaccinations. I don't know what that number is. I don't know if anyone ever will, but
we are not going to survive on YouTube. That's for sure.
Oh,
already off.
Well, there's only 14 viewers on YouTube. You've got a shot, right? Like they're not going to get to you yet. But there's someone with blue hair who simply hasn't found our videos yet, and they're going to report us, and that's okay.
All right.
It's okay because that's why we're on Rumble, everyone. That's why we're on Rumble.
Absolutely. And X.
Okay. They're out there. The demons among us. Here's the background shot of Kamala. This guy's eyeballs just turn up.
Whoa, wait. Man, that's very conspiratorial right there.
Should we invite on a special guest?
I think we need to invite on our resident conspiracy theory guest. We should put those to the side. Brian just gave you a little preview into a special guest that's going to be coming up. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. I'll just give it a little preview. We can go back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. But Axel Brones will be joining us a little bit here to discuss this lizard eye thing that we just put up there, and also a real life story of a guy actually getting his organs stolen while he was still alive. But we're gonna save those for Axel.
You know what, George, King Libertarian? I'm sorry for flubbing so much stuff with you today, but why don't you take a moment and go call him and get him on the set, and I'll cover another story in the meantime.
All right.
Okay, so a man comes back to life as surgeons begin the process of harvesting body parts after he was determined to be dead. This is perfect for Halloween. I want everyone to realize that this could happen to you, and that you should probably not put organ donor Okay. Here we go. Kentucky man T.J. Hoover was thrashing on the table and crying visibly as the doctors prepared to remove his organs. Before the process, the family raised concerns that Hoover was alive because his eyes seemed to be open, and they were told it was a common reflex. Well, this man's alive now. And I want you to consider that not all people are perfect. Lots of people have issues. They're going through family things. They've had a 16-hour-long day. Maybe they cheated their way through med school. Lots of possibilities out there. And this could be you sitting on an operating table with someone taking out your organs while you're still alive. So when you say organ donor on your card, you are adding some amount of risk that you probably do not want to take. And I'm so thankful that this man is alive today and that it worked out and he's telling his story. I can't even imagine how many people are actually still out there who this didn't work out there, got killed. They died on the operating table accidentally. Malpractice is one of the most common forms of death. And With that, let's go back to Conspiracy Corner with Axel Bromes. Welcome, Axel.
Yes. Thank you so much, Brian, for having me on. I've got all the documents. I got all my news lined out here. I've got stacks of news. I've got the lizard eye story here, the fake moon landing, 9/11. I've got everything laid out here, and everything's gonna be perfect. I hate the New World Order. What? Go ahead, Brian. I interrupt.
So I interrupted a little earlier and shared the story with the crowd. But just so that you can see, there are lizard people among us. Here's a video of somebody behind Kamala at a rally. Their eyes appear to go sideways and have a little bit of a lizard eyes.
Yes, that's part of my deep research. These people walk among us. They're called the Illuminati. All right, they are at the top of the circle. They're in the banks. They're in the institutions. I've got all the documents here. People keep asking me, how do I know these things? And I say, this is old news, Stan. This is old. You don't even know what they've got these days. Oh, it makes me so mad. I've had the documents for 25 years, Brian. 25 years. No one listens to me.
Why don't
Sick of it.
Why don't people listen to you? Like, where was MSNBC and their reporters when you had these stories 25 years ago?
Don't you see, Brian? They paid off the corporations. They paid off the media. They control everything. It's dark energy portals. Joe Rogan freaking goes into a DMT coma and sees the same damn gray aliens that I've been seeing for 25 years. I can't stand this anymore. I've been telling you. I've been telling everybody. Axel Bromes is not wrong. I started on Access Television in 1947. And I've been doing this for 65,000 years since. Sick of the shit.
Okay, so what are we supposed to do about this? There's lizard people among us. What are we supposed to do?
All right, I'm going to only say this once, Brian. You need to go and bullhorn Congress, go to the Bilderberg group, stand outside, get a bullhorn like I do, and yell and scream at these New World Order pieces of trash. Oh, I hate them. They're pieces of trash. And all right, I'm going to calm down. Calm down. Oh, I told my wife I wouldn't do this. Oh, but I can't. Anything else, Brian?
Oh man, with the news that you bring on a daily basis like this, it's amazing that they're not trying to take you out. Like, how are you able to support yourself?
Because I'm a bellwether. I'm a bellwether, Brian. They take me out. All the conspiracy that I said are true. You don't think they haven't tried. I've caught them trying to poison me. They tried to take my wife and children from me. Just the other day, I was tailed all the way over I live in Northeast Austin, and I come into Dallas all the time. My family grew up there, and my dad was a scientist and a lawyer and a teacher and a photographer, and my mom, she stayed at home but also worked for other jobs. And my whole family goes back to Travis, Texas, and the start of the Revolutionary War. I've been here, Brian. I've been doing this for a long time, and they don't know who they're messing with. But if you think America's just gonna set fire, you got another thing coming.
I do not think we're going to stand by. We're going to stand up, and we're going to win this election. We're going to change some things. Now, I'm very concerned about this story on the organ transplants where they're taking organs out of a live person. Do you know how this happens?
Brian, it's goddamn donor cards. They put you in a database. It goes straight to the NSA. They switch all the files around. They got your data. They got your blood or your DNA from birth. They take your spinal cord. They take a little sample. They say they're going to do DNA testing. That's a story. It's a national database that they're just storing everything up, and they're going to make a race-based weapon. And that's what it all is, Brian. That's what it comes down to. That's what COVID was. It was a test. It was a trial run. It's in the freaking documents. I told you I have the documents for 25 years. The Rockefeller Foundation, Golden Steph 47, the DOD director 243687. I told you about this. I have the documents. Everyone's like, how do you know, Brian? How do you know, Axel? It's in the documents. I'm not special.
All right. That was a very, very wonderful performance. Thank you so much for visiting. I appreciate you as a person and as a guest on the show. I hope you will be coming back soon. I look forward very much to seeing you. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Okay. Speaking of creepy things that are happening in the world, we have something absolutely sinister, and that is Joe Biden got down and put a baby's foot in his mouth. I struggle to understand how you get here. But anyways, Donald Trump's going to win. I think this is what's going out with the old and in with the new, everybody. Donald Trump's not going to put your baby's foot in his mouth. His gross old 78-year-old dementia-ridden mouth with probably some other stuff in there. So welcome back to the Liberty Tonight Show. I am Brian Piotr. I'm here with my co-host, King Libertarian. He must be out. He'll be right back. 1 minute. What do we got here? Oh, funny meme. Life imitates art. Yes. Eating of the babies. So, okay. Let's keep going. Gay Trump supporters are going to be trashed too this Halloween. They're going to be dressed up a little bit more. A little more ganache, a little more flash than I got for this evening.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back, Sire.
Hello.
You missed another wonderful interview.
I did.
Sorry
I love that
missed
guy.
it.
I've been listening to him for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, golden trash there. I love that. It's good to be back. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining us. You all are great. And yeah, we are rocking and rolling. Let's go. We doing some memes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 second. How do you do, fellow garbage? Here's our the baby
That's just
eater.
a little harmless self-promotion there. I thought that was a good one. So I figured I'd share. Yeah, no, this is why I think that he is genuinely sabotaging Kamala's campaign. It is hilarious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's go to the chat and see if there's anything we got, any
All
people
right.
to interact with.
Yeah, all right. So let's see. Kermoda Bear. I've discovered that the Rumble application on Roku is about 15 seconds behind the street. Yeah, us too. Let's see. Raggedy Andy, because he's wearing red and got ragdolled by Charlie Daniels. Ouch. Barney Styles. Ouch. Let's see. Who's this? Cool Frog. Frogs carry their tadpoles around in their mouths. Little odd, but what do we do? All right. Thanks for the frog tips there, Cool Frog.
I'm not sure what we do. I think
but thank you so much for joining us on Rumble and on X.
We transform into something else. It's called the butterfly effect. We're going to do a full butterfly effect. Okay, so more memes, and then we're in the meme segments of the show. Okay, Joe,
Meme
now
wars.
Openly turn on half your country. The only garbage I see floating out there is Trump supporters.
Yeah. Yeah, again, Biden looking like the freaking blimp that he refused to shoot down. It's the angle's bizarre, what he says is bizarre, and yeah, good use of the meme there. Absolutely.
Kill Tony joke, bus on the tracks. Joe Biden calling half the country garbage.
Yeah, again, another good one. Yeah, to upstage a roast comic is hard to do. But if anyone's gonna do it, it's that dementia-ridden pedophile Joe Biden.
Yeah. Now, speaking about some real topics here, here's a meme that says, "I'm the girl boss. I'm doing this on my terms." And Joe Rogan goes, "No." Do you think that Kamala could do 3 hours with anybody, regardless, even if Joe Rogan?
I mean, what was who they're suing somebody? MSNBC, I don't know, one of those creep shows, but to get the unedited version, no. Yeah, the fact that a comic, a pothead comic guy who liked to go to the gym as much as he could, now can set terms for the vice president. Like, I think we're starting to see a devaluing of these positions. Which, even if somebody respectable is in there, like, there are servants, right? You're all my subjects, but they are supposed to serve us, right? So this is just amazing. I can't think about how exciting this is for the future. And I don't know. I think maybe JD Vance said it or somebody on the show, but everybody's gonna have to do podcasts moving forward if you're running for office, especially president. Like, you can't avoid this moving forward. Like, this is the final supplementation of the mainstream media. It's
how long until we have presidents and vice presidents on Liberty Tonight?
Very soon.
I don't think that they're welcome. I don't think they're beautiful. I don't think they're beautiful enough.
That is true, and they are below me, way below.
Yes. Well, Donald Trump was on. He called on last week, and he's your peer. That's different.
Yes.
We're not going to have them on to have a long-form conversation, 3 hours. We got too much stuff to do, too much ground to cover. So
that's all right.
Yeah, moving on to the next meme. Transgender costume for Halloween. Now, this is absolutely brilliant and terrifying. That is brilliant at the same time.
What makes the costume so great is that he actually looks like a trans man. If they look realistic enough, you'd be like, yeah, it looks like it used to be a chick. Sorry, dude, but you look like you could actually be a trans man. Sorry for all sorts of reasons. I'm sorry that society has brought us here, but it has. So, going on to one more meme before the break. Here's the story we had at the beginning. Tim Waltz playing without the controller on. Very, very impressive, everybody. Give him a round of applause. You beat AOC.
We all wish we could do this. Oh, I'm gonna go through some of these Tim Waltz memes before we go, for sure. So,
well, yeah, and I said on X, everyone was saying on X, like, because he played AOC, right? Supposedly, allegedly, and everyone was like, is she pregnant? And I said, have we just considered that maybe she's just fat now? Like, does she have to be pregnant to be like? Wouldn't it be funnier if she was fat? Like imagine if she did like a reverse, like, George Lopez thing where, or like where they start out skinny but then they get big, and it just, because the fatter she gets, the funnier she'll be. That's just the rules of comedy. So she's already kind of like hilarious in like an awkward way, but if she gained like 100 pounds, she would be hilarious.
What's funny is the comment about her being pregnant. It's like, how many people in Congress, women in Congress, can actually get pregnant? It's such a old person's game at this point. It's got to be 5.
Nancy Pelosi plopping one out.
No, that's not how biology works. And I know half of the people in Congress don't understand biology.
Well, demons can have children well into their thousands, so there could be a chance for Nancy here,
but not the old-fashioned way. And I think that the old-fashioned way is very. The fact that AOC's in Congress and young enough to have a baby is actually very impressive. She's one of a few, only a few. Here's a picture of Tim Waltz, JD Vance, and Donald Trump playing. And Tim Waltz does not have his controller connected.
And this is analogous to what's happening right now. Trump and JD are actually playing the game, and Tim Walz is the little annoying brother that comes in and screams if you don't let him play. He's all right, little Timmy, just sit over there. But you can play the game. You can play the game with me and Sadie Vance. And then just when he's not looking, yeah. That's a classic use of that meme. Good job.
All right, and then one more. Here's Donald Trump as coach. Waltz AOC can run a mean pick six. You can't run a pick six. You can write that play down, but it's very hard to execute. Very, very, very hard. I mean, for one, the other side probably needs to throw the ball for you to get a pick six. And you don't control that all the time. And half the time they run it. So, man, I hope everybody's having a great time tonight. We're going to go on one more short little break. Then we're going to wrap up the show for the evening. I hope everyone's having a great time. Put some comments in the chat on Rumble. That's where we interact with everybody. And we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back. With sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
I think that at the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
The conservative, so-called, is the one that says less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.
Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP for Liberty Shop.
I'll take it. Hello, everybody. I'm Brian Piotr, the Trash Man, the Mega Patriot, or whatever we're calling ourselves these days. I'm here with my co-host, King Libertarian, and this is the Liberty Tonight Show, which is an informative entertainment show without any woketopia BS. We're going to take a moment here to give you a little insight into the future and provide you with what will be Kamala's concession speech in a little improv game. And I'm going to start it off here. Here we go. Hello.
I'm
very
sad
to
have
here
the
microphone
to
my
best
friend
Tim
Waltz
never
defended
me
to
anyone. Concession
is a
funny
word.
It
means
bad.
Thanks.
But
on the other, I can't do it. Yeah. On the other hand, it wasn't me.
Our tip there was to do Kamala's concession speech word for word, back and forth.
I don't think she's
going to concede. Little fun improv game we like to play here on the show.
I don't think she will concede. I believe that she's going to come out at 2 a.m. and say, "I think we've got it." It's going to show massive defeat, and whatever the case that happens. I don't think that we're in the world of concession speeches are over. Over.
They're going to refuse to certify the election. I think that's let's get our chips out on the table right here, Brian. Because we have a little bit of time here. Let's Trump wins. Let's assume Trump wins. What's going to happen after Trump wins in the 76 days before he's inaugurated? I think they do a contested election. They refuse to certify. They do exactly what the MAGA mob, the unguided, unscheduled tour of the Capitol, they accused them of doing. They're going to do the investigation. They're going to refuse to certify. They're going to create civil war-like conditions and try to basically throw the country into a temper tantrum and a riot.
I do have to say that the most beautiful thing possible would be Kamala is actually the one who certifies, and what Trump asked Mike Pence to do in 2020 is actually Kamala's job in 2024.
Oh.
And the House did pass a motion saying that the vice president couldn't do this anymore. But even still, if Kamala used her moment to throw a hissy fit of any kind, that would be really funny and scary. And that seems very likely to me, because she has a moment where she's responsible for something in the process. So if she hasn't conceded and at that time is supposed to give Trump the certified, or supposed to certify the vote and in the process, if she throws a hissy fit and says, "I'm not doing it," that would be her opportunity.
Yes. Wow. So if they do the contested election, so what Trump said that Pence could do, it is in, from what I researched, it is in the rules or whatever, that the Senate Majority Leader, which would be the VP, right, can ask for a 10-day investigation or something like that into the certification of the ballots when they come to Congress. It's supposed to be ceremonial, that they get the states, their delegates, and they accept them and whatever. But by some rules, the vice president plays a very crucial part in the certification of the election. And yeah, so what kind of conflict of interest is that? If
when it comes down to it, contested delegates and contested elections, might just be a partisan vote in the House, a combined vote. And it's a very close vote. The combined vote right now is very close to 50-50. We're just a couple of members plus under the Republican side, I think. Like +2 or +3. So they could try to buy off a couple of Republicans, but there will be some lame duck Republicans in this, because this Congress won't be the new Congress. It'll be the old Congress, right? And so I don't know. I'm not a legal expert, but I think that the lame duck congressman could be bought off without any, repercussions.
You dress like a legal expert, so you could have fooled me.
So I think I don't think that Kamala wins on election night, and that they will possibly try to play games.
Yeah.
And the fact that Trump tried, because they stole it from him in 2020, their games can always be gaslit by the media as protecting democracy against whatever. Like, they'll come up with a story. So I do expect games to kind of occur between now and January 6th.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I think we agree there. There will be reindeer games being played between that time for sure. What I'm really excited about is Trump winning, and then the effect going in immediately. And by what I mean by that is what he supposedly told Israel was, by the time I get in, it's over. Like, they wrap it up. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. Get it out of here. You're fired. You're fired, Iraq war. You're fired, Afghanistan. Get out. Get out. Yeah, no. He's going to end the wars before he's even the president. Get out and vote. If you're in a swing state, especially if you're in a swing state. I'm sitting here pretty in Matt Gaetz's district in Northwest Florida. So I think I'm good to go here, but yeah, go vote now, vote early, bring a friend. In Colorado, you can ballot harvest up to 10 ballots per person. So
oh man, we didn't even cover this story. We didn't even cover this story. Okay, let me break the story here, and I don't have any link or like graphics for you, but Jenna Griswold is Secretary of State in Colorado.
Yes.
She is responsible for the election system, and she's had many failures in her life, many professional. And this week, it was published on an Excel sheet of all the election voting machines for the whole state of Colorado and every county. A tab on Excel was hidden, and if you right-clicked and said unhide, you could get the codes, the keys to every single voting count, like ballot counting machine in the entire state of Colorado, the actual access key to all the machines in the entire state.
Yeah.
She's a freaking genius. And
yeah.
If you never trusted elections in Colorado, now how can anyone possibly trust the elections with 3 days to go and all the keys being out there? You got to go fix it all immediately. Like, it's a scramble in Colorado.
Can you punch up a photo of her and put it up on the screen? Yeah, no. And while Brian's doing that, to further context, this is the first time. If any of our Colorado friends out there, you'll know this person quite well, Kyle Clark. He's a favorite of our fans there in Colorado. He's just a darling person. He is nothing like the rest of the mainstream media. He is so honorable and courteous and just a good person. But
I got it.
In 2022,
you got her up there.
Here's a video of her.
Out mailers to 30,000 non-citizens, inviting them to register.
Everyone pause, and I just want to apologize to everybody that you are looking at this woman.
Yeah, well, the reason I wanted you to bring up a picture of her, she looks like Alexandria Daddario, that actress, got stung by 1,000 wasp and bees, and then got really, really swollen and then deflated. So sorry, you're having to see this.
Yeah, I used to live in Colorado. I was like 5 miles away from her house. A bunch of people went and protested at her house after elections in 2020. I wasn't one of them. I'm not admitting to any crimes. But yeah, she's a terrible person. Let's see how she does getting questions from a Democrat, like hardcore leftist, who's disappointed in her.
Register to vote. They, of course, are not eligible to register to vote. That same year, your office used Colorado's ballot tracking system to send messages to specific Coloradans encouraging them to vote when, in fact, they had already voted, causing confusion that had to be cleaned up by the county clerks. And now this leak of the voting system passwords. Given your office's repeated errors that have damaged confidence in our elections, which you say is paramount, will you resign?
Oh, getting asked to resign by left-wing media. That is a sign that you probably should resign.
Just to give you guys more context here, Kyle Clark, he's been getting dragged on X for basically, and this is what's sad about Kyle and what could be redeemable about him. He truly thinks that these people, these bureaucrats, these politicians are like somehow serving the community and are an asset to society. Like that's his baseline assumption for some reason. But he's also the one that gave cover for Polis and the city councils for the Tren de Agua, whatever I drink water gang, whatever that means. That they were taking over buildings in Colorado. Your landlord gets pulled around with machine guns and guys and like, oh, they're just collecting rent. We hire some independent contractors to come in and help us collect rent. Yeah, right. Does it have the end of the clip? Okay, back it up 5 seconds, and then her response is just classic.
Absolutely not.
This is not the.
She has aspirations.
You did this. You did that.
She wanted to be governor after Jared Polis. This is like she's
probably get it.
The heir apparent. She's the nominated star Karen of Colorado, right? Like
she'll probably get it.
Middling.
She was milking that national television for having threats to democracy and threats to election leaders, and
she was going to throw Trump off the ballot, right?
9-0, bitch. 9-0. Like not even Contentious Jackson or Kagan or what's her name? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She popped up from the dead and got to the Supreme Court to throw an extra no vote. So it was 10-0 against you.
No, wait.
No,
I just want to say one more thing before we move on, and that is I don't want anyone to cheat. But if Trump wins 90% to 10% in Colorado, it would make her look really bad. Like,
yes.
And I would find that hilarious. And I'm not telling anybody to do that. But man, something like that would be just so funny. Like that would be the end of her. She already should resign, but that would be like the cherry on top for her Wikipedia entry.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, back to memes. Me, I'm a libertarian therapist. I'm sure that's taxing.
Yeah, no, perfect use of the meme. 10 out of 10 with our favorite Ron Swanson there. So sad that he's a raging, delirious TDS victim. Yeah.
We had Kermode Bear, right? Typically when IT guys talk about voting machines being insecure, we think about software vulnerabilities, but being able to load different software or something. But hot damn, this is a new low. And yeah. Colorado is showing that they can be 50 out of 50 for election integrity. Great for them. Good job, everybody. And if you're watching on X, I really appreciate you. We are the For Liberty Network, and this is Liberty Tonight. If you'd come over to our Rumble page and like and subscribe it and comment there so you can interact with us, I'd really appreciate it. There is a comment sections for X. It's just not possible to have 10 tabs open of comments on every different platform that we stream to. So come on over, make some friends. We'd really appreciate it. Okay, here's the next creepy, weird meme, which is the Dwayne Wade statue. Does it look like him at all to you?
Look at his face.
Like, look at that statue. It doesn't actually look like Dwayne Wade.
Oh my God. Oh.
I mean, maybe it's because he has a beard, and it's hard to do a beard on a statue.
Oh man, that is. It looks like he's taking the worst shit he's ever took in his life. Like, scroll back, like just pause there on like his face, just there. Yeah, dude ate cream cheese jalapeno poppers from a gas station, and that's him jumping off the toilet because it's too bad. You gotta have some poop jokes on shows like these.
You know,
sometimes. Come on.
I do believe that when you're working on a casting, that you develop maybe a plaster version first, and you show people what it's gonna look like before you go and make it out of metal. Like this stage was either missed or the wrong person approved it, right?
The face. I can't get over it.
It was a text. And Dwayne was in the middle doing something else, and he was like, yeah, sure. I don't know. Whoever was in charge of approving it definitely dropped.
Maybe somebody in the chat
basketball.
knows, but I feel like this happened recently with some other statue. It's something with bronze, too. Like, what happened to the good old days where, like, I don't know, Da Vinci, or I don't know who it was carving marble and, like, literally carving, like, veins, like 3D veins in people's hands, or, like, wearing, like, silken. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm going to move on. So this meme is the painting of the Federal Reserve burning. It's not new. This is very old. But I do want to bring this up and say, if anyone watching knows where I could buy this painting, I'm in the market. I have many blank spaces on many walls in my house where I could put this painting, and it would be beautiful. Oh, there's also a gallows in front of it with a crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Why don't we go on Fiverr?
Good job.
And maybe somebody from find somebody from California, maybe San Francisco, somebody like an area we know they're gonna be liberal, and make them paint this, and pay the commission. Yes.
Oh, should we do that? We should. Well, when we have the ability to raise a GoFundMe, go find the most triggered leftist artists and commission them to do these paintings, and then tell them what it is when they're done.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to know what this is.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
They're not going to know. They're not going to know. Even if you told them, oh, it's the Federal Reserve building. Okay.
Okay. Even if I'm not sure with some of these liberal artists, they wouldn't even be mad.
As long as you give me the money.
They'd be like, yeah, we should totally burn down the government. Burn down the system.
Hey.
They wouldn't even understand. Like, I think they don't even know the Federal Reserve exists. But hey,
Ron Paul, Elon Musk joining hands and taking over the world. One man, one older man. One hates the Fed, one hates the inefficiency, coming together live.
To be fair,
let's go.
To be fair, Elon's got 10 kids, and Ron Paul's got 5. But Ron Paul's also got like 40 great grandkids or something. So they're both.
And he also delivered like 5,000 babies.
Oh yeah, even more natalist, right? The OBGYN.
The dude loves to snatch. Let's just, I mean, it's his trade.
He's a great man, and I've seen him speak. I saw him speak at the LNC in 2022, and he
I was there, yeah, Reno.
And he also spoke in 2024. He can get up there and speak for. It seems like he can keep going for hours, and he's into his 80s. And Donald Trump is 78. Ron Paul is, I'm gonna guess, 84. I don't know what age he is, but if you don't,
he's getting to the danger zone where every day I wake up and I'm afraid it'll be his last.
If you don't drink and you take care of your body and take care of your mind, like, you could go a long way. So I want to be like Ron Paul. Like, I heard that one Christmas he had 50 people in his house for Christmas that were Paul's. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I want to have 50 people all there because of me, because of my wife and I. That's the real achievement right there. Here's a meme of.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead before we move over.
No, go ahead.
Here's our soon-to-be former President Biden. He's saying, I was sort of raised in Puerto Rican community home politically.
What's most funny about this is the haircut, because there was a barbershop I would go to around here, and they were all Puerto Ricans in there, and man, that lineup job, he got me good, but it fit. I was like, all right, cool, I can deal with this. But you know what? I don't know if it's all Puerto Ricans. Maybe it's the island of trash that it does this to somebody. But there was 2 times where I show up and he's not there, and they call him and he's like driving in a car and like farting, and like he's like, I'm on my way, I'm coming, and then I just at the second time I was like, I gotta go. So that's the only Puerto Rican story.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Here's Donald Trump giving the vanilla ice cream to Joe Biden in the MAGA hat.
Yes.
See ya, farewell, have an ice cream.
And this was just a week ago. I pulled this the day after our show on Friday or Saturday. This seems like forever ago. The McDonald's, him wearing the hat, like that's how quickly things are going in this cycle. It's an incredible time to be alive. Like I said,
Donald Trump has survived 2 assassination attempts.
Yeah,
and those are like top 20 of the most recent.
Yeah, that's just one of the 25 crazy, incredible, unprecedented, once in a lifetime, once ever occurring events, all happening within a 6-month period. Let's see, Kermota Bear, Trump's memes and whatnot have been on point. This guy is genius. Yes, he is, and hopefully he is 47. I have to say. Thank you so much, everyone. We have resurged on Rumble. We got a lot more people in. If you're new here, this is Liberty Tonight. I am King Libertarian. We have Brian Piotr here. We're getting down to the wire of our show here, but thank you so much for people surging in and coming and hanging out with us on this Halloween night. It's All Hallows Eve. If you're new into the Rumble, please give us a like. Please give us a follow. Consider becoming a monthly subscriber or dropping us a Rumble rant. I am your king, and you must play tribute. Let's see, over on X. Oh, man, yeah, we're good. We're in the upper 800s there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us over there. Please retweet, like, follow myself and Brian Piotr and AP for Liberty, who's streaming it out for us. So lovely of him to do that. So, Brian,
here's
home.
The next meme. It says, "Don't shoot, I'm retarded, Tim Waltz. Prove it." Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney's endorsements give libertarians permission to vote Democrat.
Absolutely. I'm gonna be sad when Kamala's gone, but I'm gonna be happy to never see this for E-Tard again.
Yeah, right. I definitely think that the Cheneys belong in the Democrat Party, and I hope that every single neocon leaves the Republican Party and heads over that way. I don't want anything to do with them. Let's have them far away from us. Or heck, why don't you go join the Libertarian Party? They don't accomplish anything over there. I'm totally fine with it. I think that the big tent, MAGA tent, is also the tent that has Make America Healthy and Libertarian Party and whatever Tulsi Gabbard is doing, and like just the pro-America party. That's what it's become.
Yeah, we're gonna finish out with my segment. Peasant of the Week. So we're going to end each show with Peasant of the Week. And drum roll, please. Brian, you ready with the video? Yep, and it is Joe Biden. Joe Biden is Peasant of the Week. Roll the clip and I'll explain why.
Chris and I have been doing this for so many years now, it's getting old. Or at least I'm getting old. Chris isn't getting old. Senator Chris Von Halen. What the hell's his name? He's new.
All right. Joe Biden is Peasant of the Week this week for handing Donald Trump his victory, really along the entire way. But the undermining that Joe Biden has done during this election cycle, not only has he made it super entertaining, but also just hilarious. And he just gave Biden the victory, or Trump the victory. So congratulations, Joe Biden, you're Peasant of the Week.
Thank you, Joe. Feel free to come back on the show next week. Call on in if you want to accept your medal, your peasant medal. What are we giving him? I don't think you have anything stamped, sire, but you should probably work on something to give out.
I'll
to
tap
these
him on the
peasants.
shoulder with a sword or something.
Yeah, that seems very fitting. I appreciate that. And we should do that. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining tonight. I am Brian Piotr, and this is my co-host King Libertarian, and we are here on Liberty Tonight. It's been a wonderful 2 hours. Thank you for spending your Halloween evening with us. We'd love to work on some funnier bits and some better bits with you, and the best place to do that is to either reach out to us on X. You can see our usernames here below, or you could go over to locals.com. The link is in the show notes page on every platform. You could join for just $5 a month, become a supporting member, and actually help build the show with us, help create the content that we're producing every week. And with that, I'm going to let everyone go, and we will see you next week. Thank you very much.